I'm really hoping that you guys can't hear the vacuum in the background, but these days, who knows. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. I actually remembered to take off my glasses for this video. I did my makeup today, which meant I had to film because I feel if I don't film when I have makeup on, I'm wasting my makeup because I'm not going anywhere. I just want to talk a little bit first because I'm having a really hard time with filming right now because I've been ordering stuff to film since probably 3 weeks ago and having it sent to my parents' house, and nothing has gotten here yet. Something might show up today, but like there's 5 or 6 items that are nowhere to be found. One of my items actually fully said like this probably won't ship for another while, and then 3 or 4 of the other items I have no idea. And then one item is from Amazon, and for some reason it's still qualified for Prime delivery even though it's like non-essential. So a lot of videos are just gonna be this type of thing. Yeah, okay, let's just get on into the video. I decided to increase my productivity. I would delete Twitter and TikTok because honestly it was not doing me any favors. I still do have so much stuff to do for school because we're still doing that. I didn't like visually document these days, like I didn't like vlog. I just took notes every day because I found that it would be better for me to like release it on paper than to videotape it because I just didn't feel right at the time. I don't know. I'm gonna go through my notes and explain kind of how I was feeling on a day-by-day basis. So the first day I was up north at my cottage, and so I deleted it on the Sunday night, and then the next morning we went to my cottage. So I didn't really need social media anyways. Like I was working, I was doing school, I was preoccupied with everything going on, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I think the highlight of that day was I briefly spoke to Tiffany on Rizzle, which was probably the highlight of my entire life thus far. But I couldn't tweet about it obviously because I didn't have Twitter. So Tiffany, if you're watching this, you're definitely not, but what's up? It was really cool to speak to you for like 10 seconds on Rizzle. I didn't really know what to do with my phone anymore because I was mainly using it for TikTok and Twitter. Like I went through Instagram and Snap stories like 3 times over in one day, which is kind of sad. And like I just kind of decided to lay in bed and just stare at my phone because that's what I had been doing, except I'd been staring at TikTok and Twitter. So yeah, it was kind of weird for me. At one point I just decided to edit like random footage I had just so that I could consume some sort of content. I baked Pillsbury cookies, which is barely baking, but I changed my laptop screen a lot, like 6 times. I like where it's at now, but like it took me a while, like that one day. And yeah, I kind of felt like I lost like a connection to the internet world, which sounds stupid because we're all going through like the same thing right now, and I couldn't laugh about it online anymore. So because like TikTok and Twitter is where there's a lot of quarantine jokes and whatnot, I just didn't have that anymore, which is kind of weird, but definitely healthy because I think deflecting the feelings wasn't good for me either. So it was good to kind of have to face the music, I guess. On day 2, I accidentally watched a TikTok on Instagram, like it came up on my recommended feed or whatever, and my boyfriend sent me a TikTok on iMessage, and I didn't want to not look at it because I thought it'd be rude not to answer, so I watched it. And I wanted to tweet about my professor being awful, but oh yeah, I do remember. I wanted to tweet about the fact that my professor told me I should have planned in advance for a pandemic by renting out library books weeks before I even knew the library was gonna close. So on the 3rd day was when a video came out, so I wasn't able to promote it on Twitter, and I wasn't able to promote my Rizzle account on Twitter. That's like, now it seems so minute, like why did I care, but I did. I wrote like half of my research paper that I pushed off the whole semester, and I think I ended up finishing it that day. So yeah, I wanted to tweet about moving to LA. This is something that I do frequently, is I tweet that I want to move to different places and can't afford to move there right now. So I also wanted to tweet that I didn't feel particularly happy that day. I felt really isolated because I am. I felt really hopeless about school. I was stressed about that paper. Again, I ended up finishing it. I do still feel pretty down in the dumps about school, but what can you do, I guess? I think these are all pretty common feelings, so I don't think anybody was missing my commentary on that. Yeah, I was also really upset about some like unresolved issues that I have with a close friend. I did end up speaking to someone about it, so that felt kind of good, but I shouldn't be tweeting that stuff. I shouldn't be tweeting my feelings. Yeah, I really didn't miss TikTok all that much. A lot of this all relates to Twitter, and even like now that I have TikTok back, like I don't really want to go on it. Like I don't find it funny anymore. Don't really know why. Yeah, I just don't. I didn't miss it at all. People text me TikToks that I'll watch on my browser, but like I didn't have any problem just like clicking out of it instead of like continue watching like what would come up next. On the 4th day, I wanted to tweet about music hitting different and how I wanted to take music production next year. This was at nearly 1 in the morning apparently. Clearly was in my feels. That frequently happens. Or I also wrote down that I wanted to tweet that I wanted to get bangs, because I do. And I actually did tweet that day, but it was because I saw on Snapchat that Refinery29 was recycling some of their old content that had Romeo Lacoste in it, and I really don't stand Romeo Lacoste. You can look him up if you don't know what I'm talking about, but I thought I would bring it to their attention. They obviously didn't see it. But yeah, I don't think it was a good move, personally, but whatever. And that night I talked to some friends on Discord, which was pretty fun. Kind of feel weird talking on Discord, like this is a group of people that I haven't been particularly close to recently, and so like I don't want them to think that I'm being too pushy, or like I don't know, I feel really insecure about like my behavior because I don't want to like ruin the friendship as we're just rekindling it type thing. I don't know. I don't think any of them will watch this, but if they are, what's up? Day 5 I decided I wanted to be a podcaster. I kind of like thought of it in the back of my mind, and then I put a poll on my Instagram to see if people would listen to it, which went pretty well. And then all of a sudden, like, I spoke it out into existence, and then it was popping up on my Instagram feed and my YouTube feed that like people were posting like new content about podcasting. So I was like, okay, I guess I can take this as a sign. So I'm in the early stages of writing a podcast. Gross, I know. Couldn't post about a new video coming out, which kind of sucks. I wanted to tweet about how stressed out I was, about finding out whether or not I'd be going on exchange next year. Thankfully I was able to express this to the people that I'm connected to on Twitter through Discord, so that was great. On the 6th day, I did not miss it. I didn't miss anything anymore. I didn't miss Twitter. I didn't miss TikTok. I spent like 3 hours filming and editing. I had time to talk to new people, or not new people, but people I didn't really talk to before. And like, I don't know, felt kind of cool. So it was like nice to have like more, I don't even know, there weren't like more meaningful friendships, but just like even though I'm in isolation, I was able to talk to people. I don't know. I ordered some stuff for a video, which probably won't arrive here anytime soon, and that was about it. Yesterday was day 7. I was just excited to go back on Twitter, I guess. That's all I wrote. And now I'm back on Twitter, so it's like nothing happened. But basically throughout this time, I had been spending a lot of time talking to people online or hanging out with my family, going on walks, just overall being a little bit more productive than I think I would have been had I not done it. So I'm hoping that I'm still just as productive, but I learned to manage my time better if I want to be on Twitter or TikTok, I guess. I think it was a really good exercise for me to try because I obviously am addicted to Twitter and was addicted to TikTok. I think I kicked that. Yeah, it was a fun time. So I guess that's all for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's kind of boring, but if you did like it, leave it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I'm sorry. If you have any suggestions for videos, let me know in the comments, and it would be awesome if you could subscribe. That would make me quite happy. So yeah, that's all for this week's video, and I will see you next week.